This week on the podcast, we've written songs about Captain America, the Winter Soldier, a movie that's inspired more white men to run track than any Olympic event ever.
The Patriot Act, the movie.
Captain Straya and the Autumn Marine. Hello, and welcome to the Royds Review Podcast. I'm Rob.
And I'm Andy.
And we are back once again talking about 2014's Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Andy, how are you with those boulders between your legs? Those big fucking balls you got.
Yeah, brother. It's terrible. It's a terrible time.
You seem like you're in pain most of the time. You can't really...
Dude, it is unbearable.
You walk around bow-legged all the time. Seems rough.
Yeah, it's rough. I'd even say it's rough puff pastry. That's word association.
That's good. Got enough butter in there?
Yeah, you can't let them overprove.
But balls that big, huge loads, right?
Nah, man. My dick don't work no more. Balls too big.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Huge balls, bro. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
Man, you brought us down a weird rabbit hole, Andy.
Roddy!
Andy, how are you doing on this fine day?
I'm all right. How about you?
I'm doing well. I watched this movie, Captain America, the Winter Soldier, recently.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Had you seen Captain America, the Winter Soldier before?
Yes, I had seen this before. How about yous?
I also saw it, and I saw it later on. I find when these were coming out, I didn't get completely invested until the build up to Infinity War. I would only watch Avengers movies in theaters, and the rest I'd wait.
I probably watched this on the build up to Age of Sultron.
Yeah.
Avengers, I dropped my pencil.
Nice.
Oh no, Avengers, I'm trapped in the dishwasher.
Yeah, I would skip a lot of the regular, the one guy movies. But yeah, then now I'm just, I watch everything that comes out because I'm a weeb.
I was, and I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of off that train. I'll watch the things that look good. Or that we do for this podcast.
Yeah. I mean, I'm invested now. That's the thing. And I like when they take a big swing. I like that.
I'm invested in certain characters.
Yeah.
You know, I am invested in Captain America, so I will see Brave New World, which is what we are preparing for, covering these Captain America movies. Lieutenant France and the Summer Private.
Very good.
Thank you.
Well, I had seen it, but I saw it after the fact, way after the fact. It's I remember everybody saying, "Oh, this is one of the best," and it is very good.
I don't think it ages well, not in the sense of oh, now it looks like shit, or oh, you can't say that anymore. But some of the things in it, because of what's happened later on in the MCU, lessens the impact of this movie.
Yeah. Because the whole thing's oh, we got to shut down S.H.I.E.L.D, and then S.H.I.E.L.D's just still there.
Yeah.
I like it, but I like it for different reasons than I did. We'll talk about it. What year did this movie come out?
Oh, Andy, that is such a good question. I'm gonna answer it.
Okay.
It came out in 2014.
That's, you know what? That's crazy because that's the year of our Megazord.
Holy S-word. We don't curse on this podcast.
The fuck we do.
Yeah, brother bear.
Hell yeah, brother.
We're talking about the year 2014. Andy, what was number 117?
right, let me scroll. I've been doing finger lifts so I can scroll real good.
That's good. Keep scrolling.
What? 117, you said?
Yes.
That's A Walk Among the Tombstones with $58 million.
A Walk Among the Tombstones. You're just watching The Undertaker hit his finisher constantly.
Yeah, you just walk past it.
Yeah, stay away from that guy. He keeps hitting people with the tombstone pile driver.
Yeah, fuck your neck up.
Either that or it's DVD copies of the movie Tombstone.
Yep.
158.
158. I'm scrolling. 158 would be But Always. I always have a butt, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm always cheeked up, brother. Oh my God, Rob is convulsing.
162.
162 would be Doraemon the movie.
What?
The new records of Nobita's Space Blazer 2014 re-release.
That doesn't count.
No, it doesn't. Made $35 million, though, which is...
chump change.
I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe it's a big deal.
Number 87, Andy.
87. Now I gotta scroll the other way. You believe this guy?
I'm unpredictable.
Number 87 is A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Oh, that's that Seth MacFarlane one, right?
I believe so. $87 million.
Yeah. Number 1, tuberculosis.
Yep. The consumption.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
All right. Number 75.
75. We're working our way up. We're going to go with Heaven is for Real with $101 million.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to ask for one more number.
Okay.
Give me number 48.
48. That would be The Monkey King with $175 million. Let's do one more.
All right. Let's do one more. Let's do number 27.
27 is The Fault in Our Stars with 307 million buckaroos.
I think the biggest fault is the cancer.
Yeah. You can't fault someone for having cancer, Robbie.
No, you can. All right.
I guess you did. Right. You just did.
All right, let's think about it. If someone's been a smoker for 40 years and they get lung cancer, you're going to be like, well, it's your fault for smoking.
Okay. All right. Robbie argued his point successfully.
If someone just started drinking nuclear waste, and
as one does.
And suddenly had cancer of literally everything.
Listen, I'm on the quest for superpowers. Okay? Well, number 7 is Captain America the Winter Soldier with $714 million.
Oh, so a failure by today's standards.
Yeah, I believe so.
But not really. It wasn't.
Yeah, yeah. They'd be, they'd still be like, it's enough to make a sequel,
Yes.
But previous episodes, check them out, would be number 8 was Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Check that out.
Dawn of the Planet of the Grapes. It's like, oh, these are delicious and we can make wine.
Wow. Number 3, Guardians of the Galaxy. Previous episode, check it out. And Godzilla. Previous episode, check it out.
What was that number?
14.
Oh.
That's my bad. Yeah, 14.
What was number 1?
Number 1 is Transformers: Age of Extinction with $1.1 billion. That's crazy.
Oh, that's nuts. We've done one Transformers movie, and it was bad.
It was, and you know what I'm seeing?
What?
Transformers seem to clean up in other countries.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The brunt of their gross was in non-domestic markets. So that makes sense, because I feel like everyone I knew was like, yeah, I'm done with those.
I was done after 1.
Same. They're loud and long.
Just like sex, done after 1.
And loud and long. You know? You know what I'm saying?
One slow and steady thrust.
Yep.
Andy.
Yeah.
Should we talk about Sergeant Nigeria and the spring naval officer?
Yeah, we should.
I think we should. I really like this opening scene with Steve jogging around Washington, D.C., repeatedly lapping Sam Wilson.
On your left. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Anthony Mackie is really good in this. I think this is his best performance as Sam Wilson.
Yeah, he still has like the light in his eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He's like just a bright-eyed young actor. He's excited. And then they're like, "Oh, you're going to appear in every movie now." And he's like, "Oh, okay. I can't do
anything else."
Yeah, I can't do anything. Okay, cool. No, he stays busy though. He's in like Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
The Here is good. I just haven't checked it out.
Yeah. I've heard good things about Twisted Metal.
Yeah. I used to play them games all the time.
I never got into the games. I played it and I was never really into them.
Yeah, they were good.
I think it's because I was bad.
They're hard as shit because I played them a couple months ago. I went back and played one. I was like, oh, I can't get past the first level. This shit is hard.
I died on level 1? What am I, 4?
What am I, a scrub?
Oh, no. Well, then you know what? Consider me TLC because I don't want no scrubs.
Yeah, scrub is a guy who, etc.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Mackie and Evans also have really good chemistry together.
They do.
Yeah, they work really well together. I kind of wish we got more of them as a team in the MCU in general, because we really just get like this movie.
Yeah.
And then there's really no other just team-up movies between Captain and Falcon.
I think it's a little bit in like Civil War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they have the full teams at that point.
Right. And that kind of not negates, but it kind of like puts a blanket over their thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, oh, there's other people here. Like it's not just them. It's not just these buddies. There's more buddies.
And they have this conversation about how their beds are too soft at home. And this is something I think this movie really could have gone more into if they wanted to, about exploring the troubles of veterans when they come home from war. Because, they kind of hint at this as something that they can bond on and relate to each other on. And then we see later on, Wilson does lead this group of veterans, but I just think they could have done a little more with this, considering we're Captain America, and we're looking at corruption within the government and how poorly, some of these guys do get treated. We could have really gone into that a little bit more.
I wouldn't be surprised if the original script did, and then Disney was like, hey, we're not trying to ruffle any feathers here, bro.
Well, every Hollywood movie needs to go through the military to be approved first.
Right.
They got to be like, oh, we can't look bad.
Yeah. But I agree with you. Because the little that we get is like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, we're not going to touch on that? Okay.
Yeah, and because you don't even need to really go into like poor treatment from the government or anything because the thing they're talking about here is just the bed's too soft.
Right, like PTSD and adjusting.
But just a little thing like that, like the bed being this, I don't know, maybe later on have them talk about being not sleeping well. But they just have that one little conversation and they move on. It's like, okay, I guess, but I would have liked to explore that a little more other than just that and that one little meeting scene.
Right. And I just, I don't really understand the connection between veterinarians and, war. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, we gave a whole holiday just to people who save animals.
Right, you're doing good work, but, I don't care.
Doctors don't get a day.
Right.
Natasha Romanoff picks up Steve in a S.H.I.E.L.D. van. Sam takes one look at her and is bricked up. He's like, yo.
Well, it is ScarJo, as she is referred to in cool guy circles.
Very cool guy circles.
Yeah.
Brock Rumlow, played by Frank Grillo, briefs them on the hijacking of the S.H.I.E.L.D. vessel Lemurian Star. Grillo is really good in this also. I like him, and I think they did him dirty as Crossbones in I don't remember if it's Civil War or if it's Age of Ultron, but they did him dirty because he was a really cool villain. I think he could have been a cool villain.
Yeah, I think it's Civil War. Yeah, they like kind of build him up and then they kill him immediately.
Yeah, like he died. Yeah, which kind of sucks.
Yeah. But now he's in the DCU. He's Rick Flag.
He's
Senior.
yeah, on Creature Commandos.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I'm really enjoying Creature Commandos.
Same. Is it done?
We're recording this on January 12th, little peek behind the curtain. So like episode 7, I believe, just came out.
Yeah, it seemed pretty final, like for a season.
It did, right?
Yeah.
Which is weird to have just 7 episodes, but I have no idea. That's a great question.
I don't know. It was good though. I enjoyed it.
Real quick, thank you so much for listening. If you want to send us some feedback, send us an email at roydsreview@gmail.com. That's ROYDSREVUE@gmail.com.
You could also find our music on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your music by searching The Royds. That's ROYDS. We have 2 albums and a Christmas song. Hope you like it.
I have a question. Why is Natasha Romanoff so concerned about Steve Rogers' dating life?
Because he gets her a little bricked up, you know what I'm saying?
But like, she's not even trying to get with him. She's like, you should ask her out. You should ask this lady out in accounting. It's like, I hate all of this. I hate this whole like back and forth between the two of them, especially when they kiss later. And she's like, was that your first kiss since 1945 or whatever? And it's like, this sucks. Let's move on, guys.
I didn't mind it. I see, you know, I get, you know, trying to get like a romantic thing going here because, you know, it's Hollywood, but
like, this isn't even romantic. They don't even try to get these two being romantically linked. It's just, she's just telling him he should ask other people out the whole movie.
Yeah, but I think it's like a flirtatious kind of thing. I think she's like, hey, why don't you ask these people out, you know, like Teehee. You know, I want to learn more about your dating life. And, you know, it's like, I don't know, just like workplace flirtation, seemingly. That's how I saw it.
Listen, that's fair. I just think it had no place in this movie. And going back, you know, this is now 11 years ago. I'm watching this going, oh man, a lot of these like quippy things are really starting to sneak into this movie that were not in the first Captain America.
That makes me sad. This is 11 years ago.
Yes.
Jesus
me too.
Christ.
But like, just like them going back and forth, where she's like, she'd say yes, so that's why I'm not gonna ask her out. It's like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, jump off the plane, dude.
Well, like, you're saving, like, I get what you're saying about workplace flirtation, but they're not working in an office building. They're on a fucking spy mission. You don't have the time for this.
That's a lot of what they do with these characters is like, oh, this is just another day for them. Like, yeah, we get it.
Yeah,
they did that in like pretty much all the movies that they appear in. They're like, oh, another day, oh, yada yada yada.
And like, it starts to suck. Like, people are shooting at you. People are shooting at you right now. Stop asking him about his dating life.
Yeah. I mean, it's just that Marvel quippy, you know, that just happened type shit. You know.
Yeah. It brings this movie down for me. It's like, okay. Shut up and save the world.
Well, even like we talked about last week with the first Captain America, there are quips here and there, but it fits because it's so 40s and wholesome.
Well, it's also within the characters, and they make sense. Like, we're not sitting there getting shot at, and she's going, how's your dating life?
Right.
You know, they're not running from guys trying to kill them, and she's going, was that your first kiss in years? Like, that's you know, they're within character in the first movie.
Yeah. And I mean, I found that I enjoyed the first one a little more than this.
I did too.
Viewing. Yeah, which was the opposite, you know, a couple of years ago.
Yep, I feel the exact same way. I really did enjoy the first one more than this.
Yeah, but I will say this. The action in this one is way better.
I think it's a different kind of action because this is a more visceral fighting.
Yeah, like hand-to-hand stuff.
Yeah, we get a lot of that. And one thing we get in this movie that I really like, and we don't really have this in the modern day Marvel, is we are shooting people with guns and they are dying.
Yeah.
Like, in these modern Marvel movies, no one's using guns, and if they do, they're stormtrooper aim.
like blaster. Yeah.
But like, and no one actually dies. They like disintegrate, or they evaporate, or they disappear. But in this, people are getting shot and they are dying. We watch Captain America when he gets on the ship. He fucks these guys up.
Oh yeah, most of them are dead.
Absolutely. First of all, he jumps out of the plane with no parachute, but it's like we've seen him use the parachute before.
Yeah, I guess he discovered like, oh, I don't need that shit.
Yeah. I feel like his power is a little uneven in this movie. Because we watch him do stuff like this, and then at the end of this scene when he's fighting on the ship, that one guy, like, that guy's a pretty even match, it seems like.
Yeah. That, and like later he takes down a plane single-handedly, so it's like, okay, where's your strength? Like, where's it lie? Yeah.
Like, that was a weird thing to me, because like we see him, he like knocks one guy off the fucking ship, which I thought was really awesome.
Yes.
He throws the knife through one guy's hand, and he's fucking guys up, one-shotting these guys, and then has a straight-up hand-to-hand fight because he loses the shield. But it's like, you were barely using the shield before.
Yeah, you don't really need, like, this is just a guy.
Yeah, like he was running through guys and hitting them with forearm strikes, and they were getting knocked out.
Yeah.
And then this French guy's like, take off your shield, or I thought you were more than a shield. So I'm like, I guess this is another question. Does he have super soldier serum? Like, are there just other people who have been given some sort of serum and they just don't talk about it?
So I know in DC they're called like metahumans, like people with like abilities, but like in Marvel it's usually like a mutant, but they didn't have the rights yet. And I know that guy, like, what is he, Bertrov or something?
I don't know.
He's like a D-list villain in the comics. He's like the kicker or something, and he's just like a guy who kicks. And that's his whole thing. So like, I think it was just like a little nod, and then for some reason he's like, "Oh, I thought you I thought you were Captain America. You need the shield." And for some reason, Steve Rogers has something to prove to this guy, and like, puts the shield away. It's like, dude, just toss the shield at his fucking nose, dude.
Yeah. We watched you do that to other people.
Yeah.
Like,
but I have this note that says Captain America speed runs the tanker mission from Metal Gear Solid 2. And
very good. I feel like Steve Rogers or Captain America is a very easy kill. Because all you'd have to do is be like, I thought you're more than a shield. Then he's going to put down his shield, take off his helmet, then I'm pulling out a gun and shooting him in the head.
You shoot him right in the face.
like he seems to have like this issue where the minute you challenge him, he's like, I'm a man.
Yeah, well, he's, of that era.
Yeah, but it's also like the whole thing is like, all Iron Man is a suit. Well, like, Steve Rogers, what do you have? Why are you proving yourself to this guy? Like you said before, why does Steve Rogers have to prove himself? Just fuck him up.
You know what it is? I think it's just like, hey, that's cool.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's a little out of character though.
I would agree with that. I really enjoyed, though, the guy getting shot by Grillo as he's coming down on his parachute.
Yes.
And he goes, it looks like you really needed my help. Because he's like slowly lowering. Natasha retrieves encrypted S.H.I.E.L.D. data on a secret mission. Steve is annoyed because Natasha had it. Okay, Steve gets all annoyed because like Natasha had this mission that he didn't know about, and he thinks he should have been kept in the loop. I gotta kind of agree with Nick Fury on this one. Like, it is compartmentalizing. You tell some people to do some things and other people to do other.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's he's in a. Like Steve Rogers, he's from the 40s. That was like a time where you can, quote unquote, trust the government. Not really, but like...
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You could. And like now he's just thrust into this world where it's like, oh, the government everywhere is bad. It's just bad. So that's kind of what they're saying here. At least that's what I took from it. That's the thing. As the news, I'm connecting the news to this movie, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, this is.
I don't do that because it depresses me.
Same. No, I was depressed the whole time.
I stopped following the nudes.
Same. The what?
What?
No, what did you say?
I said I stopped following the nudes.
Oh, okay. You just doubled down. All right.
Yeah, of course.
Cool. I gave you a shot to correct it, but
no, gotta double down.
okay. Yeah.
Gotta double down, Charlie Brown.
Hell yeah, brother. But that's why I was like, is this movie like is it an allegory the right word? But like for the Patriot Act, you know, like hey, the government.
It's pretty on the nose.
Yeah, it's like hey, the government will just like label you a terrorist and take your freedoms. Like,
but isn't this exactly what happened in the comics also though? So like,
I never read the Winter Soldier comic.
But isn't
the only Captain America comic I ever read is one that I have, and I believe that it might be worth money because people talk about it in jest. But it's when Captain America becomes a werewolf.
That's
and
sick.
I have a comic. It's like halfway through where he's already a wolf in whatever I have, and like I open it and I'm like I don't know what the fuck is going on. Captain America's a wolf and he's just running around doing wolf shit. It's fucking weird.
That is weird. Sounds pretty cool though.
It is cool.
But like,
I think I don't know.
I also think this movie does set up Civil War in a great way.
Yeah.
Because it is all about talking about the government control of the superheroes and the intel and all that. And we even get later on when she's like, you're not going to put any of us in prison. Oh, yeah, just you wait.
Right. And it's also like...
So as far as I know, this is following, like, because I think in the Civil War comics, it's about the same thing where, like, they're trying to form the, trying to control the superheroes or some shit, or like have power over them.
Right.
I don't know exactly. So you can correct me via email at roydsreview@gmail.com or on all our socials at TheRoydsBand.
Very nice, Robbie. Very
nice.
Smooth. Speaking of Metal Gear Solid, like the whole thing, I made the quip earlier. But you remember? The whole thing in Metal Gear Solid is like, okay, World War II happens, and afterwards, like, there's a brain trust of countries, right? And they all amass, like, this incredible amount of wealth. And then, like, eventually, like, conspiracies upon conspiracies, and then, like, it turns out that there are no freedoms, and, like, the entire world is run by, like, 12 people, and then it turns out that it's just, like, an AI, but it's, I find that this has a lot of similarities to that. And I don't know. I mean, the Russo brothers seem like a couple nerds. I'm sure they were like, yo, we like Metal Gear Solid. Hell yeah, brother. But and
one of them went, snake.
They spammed R1 during that cutscene.
Yeah.
But I like it. And I really like all the spy shit in this movie.
Yes.
All this like deep state shit, I'm into it. It's very cool. And like, I think it does a really good job in putting like the purest man in the middle of it. And it's like, oh, what's he gonna do? And I like how he's like, I don't know. I really like that. I think Steve Rogers and Chris Evans plays it so well. Like, it's a great character.
He really is.
Yeah.
Really fair, because when they're confronting each other, when he's confronting Fury about the different missions, I think this is one of those scenes that doesn't age well, because Fury goes, the last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye. And now we know it's because of that cat thing.
Yeah, they played it for a joke.
Yeah, hate that. But
yeah, same.
Rogers is all angry because he says soldiers trust each other. And like, he's not giving into this idea of like, no, you're supposed to tell me everything if I'm on a mission. I'm the captain. And it's like, I don't know if you're supposed to take the captain moniker literally.
Right, but like, I see where he's coming from because he's the one risking his life,
Yeah.
And you're going to hold secrets? Fuck you, Especially when it's like a guy It's not like just some figurehead general like all the way above you. You've never seen him in your life. It's like this guy and he's keeping secrets from you. And I get that it's deeper than your friendship. It's not about your friendship, dude. We're like killing people.
Well, that's the thing. Like, we've talked about how like they try to show these people are just at work, and that's why they're quipping and stuff. Well, like, he's your boss, Cap.
Right.
He's your fucking boss. he doesn't have to tell you everything, and even says that, he goes, I'm not obliged to do anything.
Right.
You know, and he shows him the helicarriers and everything as like a courtesy to him.
Yeah.
But like, nah, Cap, like, you know, you got to take orders. Like, that's your role.
Yeah. And I like the conversation they have in the elevator where he's like, you know, my granddad, yada, yada, yada. He was strapped up, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. He goes,
He was strapped.
crinkle dollar bills with a 22 Magnum.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
I also, you know what? I think maybe it's a backtrack. I don't know, but I don't like the fact that Peggy's still alive, and I don't like the fact that he's still talking to Peggy. I think it's better if Peggy's like just a distant memory.
You're not backtracking. You're farther on. You're good though.
Oh my fucking God, Robbie! I'm so sorry.
You're cool.
But it's. I just don't like that. I really don't. Like I didn't like seeing her like, and she's old, and then she forgets, and it's like. Yeah, that's sad, but like, it doesn't. I don't think it adds anything to this movie.
I agree. I also don't think it looks very good. It has sort of an uncanny valley to it because it's still Haley Atwell.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they did makeup. It looks like they just put like a digital old face over her.
Yeah, and like it just looks off. The whole thing just looks off when she's talking. I don't like it. I agree with you, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
In my notes, I guess they started speaking like Gen Z at one point, and I don't know why. Because when Fury shows Steve the helicarriers, and it uses AI to preemptively target threats, which is hilarious. Like an algorithm. Like the preemptive thing is so funny. But he questions the morality of this approach, calling it fear-driven control. And I wrote, Steve is so right here. That is why Captain America is a based god. I then wrote, Fury knocks the greatest generation, quote unquote, so he may also be a based god. But then I wrote, Cap rides his motorcycle to the Smithsonian with no helmet. Cringe god. If you can get killed by a bullet to the head because he wears a helmet in battle, you can get killed in a motorcycle accident.
Yeah, and we see him get shot several times in this movie.
Yeah.
And it does serious damage.
So, like, wear a helmet, Cap.
That's another thing. Like, how durable is Captain America?
It depends on how durable he wants to be in that scene.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, like, imagine an officer pulling him over and he goes, sorry, officer, I'm from the 40s.
Yeah.
Sorry, officer, I'm 100 years old. We didn't have helmets back then. Am I grandfathered into the law? Roger sees a kid at the Smithsonian and tells him to keep his mouth shut, and he looks at a tribute to Bucky. That's when he watches the video of Peggy.
Shut your fucking mouth, kid.
You know who I am. I know who I am. You say anything, I'll snap you like a fucking twig.
I can break your neck with my fucking pinky, brother. The kid's like, listen, I don't even know who you are. I'm just a kid. I stare.
Mommy, this man's threatening me. Oh, fuck, I gotta go.
Oh, shit. Now I gotta kill his mom, too.
Fury discovers he's unable to decrypt the data that Natasha discovered, and that's when we meet the great Robert Redford playing Secretary Pierce. He's fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's great. He's great.
It's so cool. I always forget he's in this, and it's so cool seeing Robert Redford just show up in the MCU.
Yeah, I read when I was doing trivia, he did it because like his grandkids were like, we like Marvel. He was like, all right, I'll try. I'll do it.
Yeah, he had a quote about like, I want to enter this new world of filmmaking where it's cartoon characters come to life through the use of computers or whatever. And like, I think it's cool that a guy from an older generation of acting was like, no, you know what? I'm going to embrace this new way of filmmaking instead of these fucking old people being like, I mean, listen, I agree. A lot of times the CGI looks like shit. But like the people who like Scorsese be like, it's not real movies. Shut the fuck up.
Honestly, like, because if you take away all the spectacle, if you like look at the character stuff they do here, it's good. It's good. Like for the most part, it is good. There's not a lot of underdeveloped characters in the MCU.
I mean, especially at this stage, like with Captain America.
Yeah, they like knew what they were doing at this point. The
character stuff is good because he, for the most part, sticks to who he is.
Right.
the questions about him, about his character, becomes how strong is he supposed to be?
Right. It's like it's semantics.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's unfortunate because when you really watch this movie a second or third time, you start to go, wait, how come he's able to do this?
Yeah, he tanks a grenade.
Yeah.
and he gets shot through a bus at like Mach 12.
Yeah, exactly.
And he just gets up, no injuries. He's a little dusty. And it's like, what? But he can't take a bullet? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand.
I also don't get it, like, because he takes off his helmet in the fight before, implying that his helmet gives him protection.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Fury and Secretary Pierce are talking. And
oh, yes. Great stuff.
Yes, it's really cool. Fury asks him for permission to delay Project Insight, and Pierce asks him for Iron Man to come by his niece's birthday party.
Yeah, and like mingle, like not just an appearance.
Like,
yeah, it's good stuff.
This I like. This is fun because you kind of see the bureaucracy in action and these politicians working. Like, yes, you know what? You can do this. I'll do this for you, but you got to do something under the books. Like, we're not paying you for this, but yeah, you get Iron Man to stop by and say hi to my niece and shit.
Yeah. So what I like about this movie is also something I don't like about it is that this is kind of a ballsy movie because it is kind of like fuck authority, fuck the government, like in that kind of way. But it's also like they don't call them Nazis anymore. It's just Hydra. It's like, no, but those are Nazis, right? Like,
yes and no. I think because they no longer consider themselves Nazis. Like, that's the thing.
Okay,
like,
it's branched off into something new entirely.
So in the 40s, yes, they were actively Nazis.
Yeah.
But then I think what they're trying to tell us is that, like, after World War II, Hydra, we see it later on when Zola's consciousness is in the computer and he explains to everything. He's like, yeah, they hired a bunch of Hydra scientists. And, like, listen, it's very clearly a parallel to it.
Yes.
But I do think we're supposed to look at them as different than the Nazis.
Okay. I'll go along with it. Yeah, I'll go along with that.
Fury is driving by. He gets attacked by Hydra, disguised as police. The car is immediately like, we need to give you drugs. Like, you're hurt.
Yeah, this whole car sequence is fire, brother.
I really like this. It's really fun as Fury's waiting for the window to get down to 1% before he goes, now! And he blasts through the window.
Yeah, and he breaks it. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
The guys with the battering ram, I really love the battering ram and the way it, like, sticks in the ground and starts smashing the window.
That is really good stuff. And then, like, finally the car's like, oh, I can move now. And he's like, get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and as it's driving, he's shooting out the window. Again, we are shooting guns in this movie.
Yeah, we're killing people.
Yeah. This car chase is a lot of fun. I did laugh at it. He goes, well, what is working? And he goes, the air conditioning is at full power or whatever.
Yeah, he's like, great. Good.
I really like the dude shooting through the bus.
Yes, very cool.
I thought that was really cool.
And his first appearance is very cool. He's just like standing in the middle of the street.
Yeah, Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Pronouns, pal.
Yeah, that's my bad.
At first I was like, who the fuck? Who's he talking about?
That's my bad. But he's got that sick grenade launcher thing that like latches on the bottom of the car.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
That was really cool. Fury does this thing that I love in any time you do this in a movie, where he uses the car as a weapon, not necessarily just running a guy down, but he like whips the car and hits a guy with like the back of it.
Yeah, it's like a big punch with the car, like a car punch. Yeah, it was sick.
They do that in John Wick at one point. I was like, yeah, that's what you do in movies. It's so unrealistic, but give me that shit every day.
Yeah, but it makes you say, hell yeah, brother.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Yeah, Winter Soldier blows up the car, and this is where, like, I mean, the whole thing was sick, and like we said, it's you suspend your disbelief. But
Yeah, you have to. Again, I know I'm watching a superhero movie.
yeah. But the fact that he like lasers a tunnel underground, that's too bananas for me. It's too bananas.
I was confused. My exact note is Fury only escapes by burning a hole in the ground or something. To be honest, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, it's just like a hole in the ground. It's like molten,
But
like around the edges. So it's
how
like
thin was the street?
right, and
But
like you just see rock under there. So like how powerful is this laser he has in his pocket? Why didn't he just shoot the fucking Winter Soldier with that?
Yeah, right? I don't know. Why couldn't it have been like a sewer grate that he pops into, like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle?
Something like that. I don't know, but like later we see it used again, but it's just like the bottom of a car, and that makes more sense. Like, yeah, you could laser just like a surface and go through that, but like the ground, the earth, you can't laser the
car
earth.
was still running though.
Yes, that is an issue. That is an issue for sure.
Like, there was nothing under that.
Nope, no.
It was just because like they burn a big hole.
Yeah,
in the car.
big enough for like
something.
Yeah, big enough for like 4 people to escape. Yeah.
Rogers returns home. We meet Sharon Carter. She tells Rogers that she's a nurse and she's doing laundry. And it's kind of creepy. Like, he's clearly hitting on her, be like, "You want to come use my washing machine?" She's like, "Not really."
Yeah. But she also like keeps that door open a little bit. She's like, "No, I already got a load in," but like, and he's like, "Oh, well, I'll see you around." She's like, "I hope so." Well, like, okay.
You keep the door. Okay, we find out later on that she's she's working.
We find out like a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like in that situation, like, yeah, you keep the door open because you see how he looks, but it's like, was that guy a predator? Because he saw I needed to do laundry. I'm gonna keep an eye on this guy and see what he's like in a little bit. See if he's just a nice guy.
Yeah. Well, also you got to think like, oh, he's from the 40s. He's probably gonna slap me around.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Inside, Fury is waiting for Rogers, and he tells him that his wife kicked him out. That's, of course, a lie. This is where we get a lot of the cool espionage shit where he warns him.
This.
People are listening. This is really fun.
Yeah. And, like, he turns the light on, and I think that's what seals the fate, because he turns the light on just to see him, and then he, like, turns it back off after he sees he's all beaten up. Yeah. And then he says on the phone, it says, "Trust no one."
Yeah, and it says it goes around like ears everywhere, like let them, like, everyone's listening. People are listening. They know. Yeah,
your apartment's been bugged, dude.
Yeah,
like we've been listening to you, but now like we're compromised. So
there are beetles, slugs all over your apartment.
Yeah, dude, we gotta get an exterminator.
We filmed a live action remake of A Bug's Life in here.
Wow,
another Disney property.
Yeah. You know how you get rid of bugs? You get rats, and rats will eat the bugs. But then you got to get rid of the rats, so you get a cat.
Continue. And then how do you get rid of the cat?
You get a dog.
And then how do you get rid of the dog?
You get a gun. A gun. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's.
I don't like this. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
The Winter Soldier shoots Fury. I mean, he lights him the fuck up.
Yeah.
Fury gives Rogers a flash drive or something. Sharon Carter comes in, revealing that she's S.H.I.E.L.D. Special Service Agent 13.
I like that he was just told not to trust anyone. And she bursts into his apartment. And he's like, "You're an agent? Like, why, who sent you?" And he was like, he did. And he immediately trusts her. I mean, he's like, he just leaves Nick Fury with her. Yeah, and it's funny, you were just told not to trust anyone, and you're immediately trusting this woman.
Pretty girl, trust her.
You just so happen to be right. Like, she is trustworthy. She's on your side. But not following directions very well, dude.
That's what it was. Yeah. His brain.
Yeah. But he does burst through that window, and that's pretty cool.
That's sick.
The chase is cool.
The chase is really cool. The Winter Soldier throws the shield, or catches the shield and throws it back. That's really fun.
Yeah, and it's cool because when you first saw the Winter Soldier with Nick Fury, he's got the full mask on. And here, his eyes are showing. And it's like very gradually are we getting to see who this is. It's very cool.
It's funny watching Captain America just a week ago, and then watching this, and like seeing the eyes, is like, oh, that's clearly Sebastian Stan.
Yeah, and like, I feel like it was relatively not common knowledge, but well known.
I think if you were seeing this movie in theaters, you probably knew who the Winter Soldier was. I don't think very many people in theaters were like, oh,
right.
It's the Buckster.
There's probably like people who just watched the movies might be like, huh, cool, you know?
Yeah. Fury is pronounced dead during surgery in front of Romanoff, Rogers, and Maria Hill. Natasha is suspicious. Steve gets called to headquarters by Rumlow. Steve hides the flash drive in a hospital vending machine, and at S.H.I.E.L.D., Pierce is questioning Steve about Fury's death and demands the drive. This is where we learn that Fury got a promotion from Pierce because he saved Pierce's daughter.
Yeah.
And I like that they do a lot to show you how close Fury and Pierce are.
Yeah.
Which I think makes his turn more effective, and it makes it more effective later on when Fury says, I would have taken a bullet for you.
Yeah.
So I also think it helps that we get a lot of scenes with them together, and Jackson and Redford have good chemistry together. Two heavyweights.
Yeah, yeah. And you mentioned like, older actors doing Marvel is cool. Like, I feel like I forget a lot that Sam Jackson he's an old dude.
Yeah. He's just looked the same for the last 50 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Black don't crack.
Hey, Harrison Ford is going to be in Brave New World. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
he's also previous episode Indiana Jones 5. Dude's shredded and he's 80.
Yeah, he looks good.
Crazy.
Looks really good.
Yeah, I like that Robert Redford. He's like essentially saying what he actually, like, he's not lying
right
to Steve. He's saying what he actually feels, but he's like pointed in a different direction, but like where his actual intentions are in the opposite direction. But like he's saying what he means, like, oh, we need to protect the people, but like a certain group of people, and like people can't be trusted with their freedom, and like, yeah, all this stuff. And it's good. It's good stuff.
It is.
That's a bad dude.
We get the elevator ambush scene. Steve gets attacked by Rumlow and other agents.
So this is what I meant when I said the action's better. This shit is so good.
Yeah, this shit is awesome. Evans is also really good here as Cap is realizing something's off on the elevator because he sees the one guy like already having his hand on his gun.
Yeah.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Yeah, it's excellent. Excellent.
Yeah. Sorry, Cap, it's not personal. It kind of feels personal.
Yeah, it kind of feels like it though.
Yeah. You're right. This fight scene is awesome. And this they do, like, I talk about things that don't age well because of the later movies. This does, because it comes back in Endgame.
Yeah.
And I think they do it really well when he goes, Hail Hydra. That's really fun.
Yeah, just like, let me just skip this. Let me just skip this level.
That was really cool.
No, I also like that he is struggling because it is an elevator filled with trained assassins.
This is fine. Oh, I don't mind him having a struggle here. It's because it's like you said, it's an elevator of trained assassins.
Yeah, and they're smart. They immediately put like that magnet collar on his wrist.
Yeah.
So he's like only fighting with one hand. It's incredible. It's so good.
It's not only fighting with one hand, but he's also handcuffed to the wall. So it's like, we can just get away. If he starts hitting you with shots, just take a step back.
Yeah.
Until he basically rips it off the wall, which is really fun.
It is very cool. Very cool.
He escapes from the building by just jumping out of the window. I like that he lands on his shield instead of doing a superhero landing.
Yes. And he gets up like, ouch.
Yeah. Again, makes sense. That would hurt. You'd probably still be dead.
Oh, yeah. You'd be like liquefied. Your innards at least.
But he didn't do like a big heroic landing. He's like, oh, fuck, and just used his shield. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Cap takes down a plane. Jasper Sitwell tells S.H.I.E.L.D. that there's a manhunt for Captain America. Pierce explains that it's because Cap has info on the death of Nick Fury.
So right there, boom. Patriot Act, using grief to control people. Using fear and grief to control people to do what you want. Look at that. Look at that.
Very cool. Steve goes to get the flash drive, but it isn't there. Natasha is. She tells Steve about the Winter Soldier. She's like, yeah, but no one's ever seen him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. She has the flash drive. The council gets upset with Pierce at S.H.I.E.L.D. Cap and Natasha go to an Apple store in the mall to check the flash drive. I didn't find this very funny. Oh, specimen. Get this guy out of here. Let's move it. Come on. Let's move this along.
Yeah. I like the one scene in the mall. I know you talked about the kiss.
I don't mind the kiss. I don't, because that's objectively a good way to get out of being seen.
Yeah. Yeah. Smart.
And Cap gets all bricked up afterwards.
Yeah. I like which is, PDA makes people uncomfortable. And then so they smooch, and then she's like, "Are you still uncomfortable?" And he says, "Not exactly the word that I would use. The word that he would use is cummed."
Oh no. Because then
I have in my notes after that I put wait for applause.
The scene that went afterwards when they're driving is when I have the problem with, when she's like, was that your first kiss since the 40s? It's like, you have other things to worry about right now.
Yeah.
You could be planning.
Also, yes. Okay. I fucking like, do you have any idea how hard it is to jump 70 years?
That's another thing. And he kind of says that.
Yeah.
But like, I just don't need this shit. Like, you could be planning, strategizing.
Yeah. And I mean, I like that. In that same scene, like she's asking about that, but then she's like, what do you need? And he's like, a friend. Like, just be an actual ally. Everyone's lying to me all the time. Can you just be truthful and honest with me? Like, I thought that was a good scene. I like that part of it. The kiss thing, yeah, it's just like, that's like cannon fodder. That's just like filler. You know?
Exactly. It's like, cut that stuff out. Like I said, you're on a mission. Get it out of here. That stuff, like you said, him looking for trust in the people he works with, awesome. That's what he should be looking for.
Yeah, yeah.
We get to Zola's bunker. This is really cool.
Really, really cool.
Toby Jones coming up on the screen. Natasha references Saw. Apparently Rogers has seen Saw.
Yeah.
You know, I know, I've seen it.
Yeah. Well, he has that list.
That's true.
Somebody must have said, you gotta see Saw, and then he probably watched it and threw up. It's like, what the fuck?
He's like, yeah, you show someone from the 40s Saw, no, they're gonna cry.
Yeah, they're gonna kill themselves.
Yeah.
Although he's murdered a decent amount of people.
That's
probably
fair.
Fine. He's probably fine.
Yeah, honestly, they probably have PTSD if you showed like, I don't like this.
Yeah, that makes me think of the atrocities I've committed.
Makes me think of POWs, actually. This feels terrible. Zola reveals that Hydra has been growing within S.H.I.E.L.D., manipulating the world and laying the groundwork for Project Insight. This is where they talk about S.H.I.E.L.D. hiring the scientists after World War II, just like the U.S. really did. Yep. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Cap punches the monitor and Zola just switches to another screen.
Yeah, he's like, you good?
As I was saying.
Yeah.
All right. I don't need Zola going, and Cap, unfortunately, I was stalling. It's like, yes, I know. I'm watching the movie. The missiles are coming. You don't need to tell me you were stalling.
I feel like if he didn't do that, they would have killed him. Like, Captain America would have died. Like, if he didn't warn him. He straight up warns him.
Yeah, it's like, why did you do that?
It's because he's a mustache-twirling Bond villain.
But he wasn't like that in the first movie.
No, but his AI, I guess, is.
I was so stupid.
Yeah,
I am stalling. I'm watching the movie, guys.
I still really like that, though. The whole thing was very cool. And then how he just, like, goes through the history, explains everything. Classic, like, I'll explain my plan before I kill you. Like,
let me give you... You need a lot of exposition as to how I am here. I'm not really going to explain how we did this. Because they don't. They don't explain how they got his consciousness into this old computer.
Yeah, but it's cool. And it's cool. I like how it's all old time technology, and then there's just one like modern USB port connected to all of it. That's funny.
All those USB ports in the 40s.
Yeah.
But like, I do enjoy because like, it doesn't matter how he got in there really. Who fucking cares?
Right.
These are scientists. They did an experiment and now it's in there.
Right. And it's kind of a callback to like in the comics, he's a you know, his consciousness is in a robot.
Yeah.
And it's like in the belly of a robot. It's cool.
It's done. Yeah. That's done really well. See, like, we talk about it a lot on this podcast when we do these comic book movies about how sometimes the things on the page don't translate exactly to the screen.
Yeah.
And I think this is a great way to translate that to this. It's like, yeah, he's not going to be a robot, but he's just going to be a computer.
Yeah. And that's fine.
The Winter Soldier visits Pierce. We can see his face. It is Bucky. Pierce kills his housekeeper because she walks in on them talking. And I really like Redford's, I wish you would have knocked.
Yeah.
When he shoots her.
They killed Renata.
That was her name.
That's
Okay, I couldn't remember her name.
That was my favorite MCU character.
Was it?
Yeah.
Renata, Alexander Pierce's housekeeper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was this their only...
I shed a tear, Robbie.
I genuinely don't know what to say to that. I'm more shocked than anything.
Well, then I win.
Very good, Andy. Very good.
I won this podcast.
Steve and Natasha go to Sam for help. Natasha tells Steve that she feels like she traded the KGB for Hydra, but it's like, you didn't know it. Shut the fuck. You didn't know this. Like, you're fine.
Yeah.
Sam offers his support, revealing he has access to like this high-tech gear. And this reveal is really fun because Cap's like, I thought you were a pilot. He's like, I never said I was a pilot. And then we find out he has a fucking jetpack.
Never said I was a pilot. I never said I was a birdman either.
Yeah,
I'm a birdman.
I mean, I feel like if I'm this guy and I'm meeting Captain America and I'm getting along with him, I'm not just going to be like, oh, he served in the Air Force. No, I'm going to tell him I was the dude with the jetpack.
Yeah, dude, I'm a bird.
I mean, in reality, wouldn't that make Cap want to talk to you more and be like, oh, I might be able to use this guy? The Birdman. The trio captures Jasper Sitwell. We get a cameo from Gary Shandling. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, he says, Hail Hydra.
Yes, he does.
Oh, my goodness.
Sam is a really good secret agent here because he's calling him on the phone. He's like, hey, who is he? He goes, why don't you look over at the guy with the sunglasses?
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I like that.
And then he's like, it'd be a shame if something happened to that tie. It's a nice tie. And see the little dot, like the laser sight? That's good stuff.
They take Sitwell to the roof. Natasha kicks him off, and he grabs him and flies him back up.
Yeah. There's a small exchange between Natasha and Steve while he's falling to the ground and while they wait for Falcon to bring him back up. Natasha's like, hey, how about the girl with the lip piercing? And he says, yeah, I'm not ready for that. And that is funny. That's objectively funny.
That line, I'm not ready for that, is funny.
Yeah, just kept knowing, like, she's going to be a little freaky. I'm from the 40s, man.
Yeah, I'm missionary.
Yeah, that is it.
Yeah. I ain't getting stepped on.
Yeah.
That line was funny, but I don't know. You just kicked a man off a roof. If he doesn't catch him, you committed murder.
Well, it's nothing to her. She's murdered.
That's fair.
She's murdered a ton. But I did like how the guy like calls Captain America's bluff. He's like, come on, we both know you're a Boy Scout. You're not going to do that. He's like, no, I won't, but she will. And she fucking boots him. It's great.
Yes. Sitwell reveals Hydra's algorithm can predict threats to their plans and target them for elimination. He mentions Bruce Banner, Doctor Strange, and a kid in high school. Is that Spider-Man?
Probably.
Yeah, that's what I would imagine.
And was Doctor Strange introduced yet?
No, I don't think so.
That's cool. That's a cool little Easter egg.
Well, I think Doctor Strange, like the movie was like planned and everything and announced because Doctor Strange came out 2 years after this.
I don't know. I know it was after Avengers 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm pretty sure that if this was real, I would be on that list to get killed. I don't know why, because it seems like they're also just targeting random people.
Yeah.
And I think some of the stuff I say, they're like, let's just get this guy out of here. It's just better.
Well,
It'd be better if he's dead.
If this were to happen after we release this podcast, I feel like we'd both be killed because, I was talking about the Patriot Act earlier, and they're like, we can't have that.
Yeah. You said you've been talking about the Patriot Act earlier. You brought it up like 6 times.
Yeah. And I will continue to do so until they kill me.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that dot on your head?
It's a dot I drew on my head.
Oh, you're converting to Hinduism.
Yeah, I like to appropriate cultures.
Very good. Very good.
I like the fashion.
On their way to stop Hydra, Steve, Natasha, and Sam are ambushed by the Winter Soldier. He rips Sitwell out of a moving car and kills him instantly.
Very cool. Very cool. Gets hit by like a Mack truck. Dead as hell.
This is where Steve realizes that the Winter Soldier is Bucky.
This whole sequence is also fire flames.
It's a lot of fun. This is when he gets blasted off the overpass and through the bus.
Yeah, at like Mach 1 billion.
The bus is then hit by a truck and flips over. So many people have to be dead, but Steve just walks out.
Yeah, he just gets up. He's like, ouch. Nah, dude. Also, Anthony Mackie's driving that car, and that fist comes through the roof and just yoinks the steering wheel off. And he's like, oh, fuck. I don't know what to do. That's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Sam also kills a guy by throwing him off the overpass, which is fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I like how they show Sam holding his own. Like, he's not just a guy with wings. Like, he's actually, like, a capable fighter. It's good.
Steve charges at a guy shooting at him with a minigun, and he's, like, blocking it with his shield. But for some reason, the guy just never aims slightly lower at Steve's legs.
Yeah, I thought about that, too. But then I also thought, like, I've never shot a minigun. And I would imagine that, like, the flare at the muzzle flash, on all those barrels, you wouldn't be able to see shit. You're just spraying,
I guess, but
this is a superhero movie.
Move it a little bit.
Yeah.
The bit with the recorder playing Natasha's voice to trick the Winter Soldier is really cool.
Yes, very cool. I like the way, because she was just in a massive car accident that her ankle's all fucked up. So the way she's running, she's like limping. It's pretty cool. It's cool.
Yeah. The fight between Bucky and Cap is good, but I don't like the camera work here because it just feels like the camera's all over the place.
Yeah, it's a little Jason Bourne, a little shaky.
I'm like, all right, guys, this looks cool, but I really wish I could focus.
Yeah, it's because they were like stunt doubles and shit, so they had to be like, oh, don't look at their faces.
Yeah.
Like, the knife toss and catch mid-fight, sick.
Bro, really cool, yeah.
Yeah. And I like how he's, like, winging the shield, like, and it just, like, stops in a van. Like, he threw it so hard that it, like, goes halfway through a van. It's very cool. Black Widow gets shot.
Yes.
Never comes back. She's
not
hindered by that in any way.
Nope, because it just helps. No, it doesn't even help them escape because they get on the Hydra. They get captured by Hydra, and he even says, he's like, oh, she's losing blood. We got to get out of here. And then Maria Hill's like, oh, I'm undercover, by the way.
Yeah, so I guess they just, like, fixed her up and she's good to go.
Yeah, because they get to wherever they're going, and she's like, she's lost at least a pint of blood, and I guess she's just cured.
Yeah, because, like, at the end of the movie, she's fighting dudes again. Yeah. So it's like, and that's, like, a day later, so... I've never been shot, I'm just saying. Like, that's not how it works.
Because they said, they're like, she'd probably rather see him first, and they see Fury is not dead.
Yeah. That's cool, too. I remember watching this, I was like, oh, shit, they killed Nick Fury. Holy shit. But no, they didn't.
I mean, this dude has so many injuries, but it's also like, this plan seems awfully convenient. Because he was shot by the Winter Soldier, and then faked his death. But I don't understand how he was able to do this.
Yeah, especially with S.H.I.E.L.D. being compromised.
Yeah, like
somebody would have been like, oh, he's not really dead.
Who was caring for him originally? Right. Because we learn later they've dug a grave and everything for him.
Yeah.
So
and then he says at the end of the movie, he's like, I'm gonna stay dead.
Yeah.
But he doesn't.
No, he's very clearly in the next few movies.
Yeah, he's probably more active after this. And so is S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, S.H.I.E.L.D. is still around, right?
I don't know. I mean, I think so, but like, yes, because that's what all Civil War is about: is Shield being too powerful and shit. So yeah.
This whole ending, everybody's saying like, yeah, no more corruption. It's just like doesn't go anywhere.
That's true.
And that's why I agree with what you said earlier. You said this didn't age well because of what happens later. And it's like, yeah, because everybody swears no more S.H.I.E.L.D. and it's rampant.
Yeah, and they just keep. I mean, I like the Hydra stuff. I think Hydra's cool. I love it.
I wish they'd bring it back.
Yeah, I think that was their strongest villain.
Yeah, like an organization, not just a guy. That's cool.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, cool. Now we understand what they're trying to do.
Right.
You know, and like it's funny because you watch this and you almost feel like, oh, Thanos had the same plan they did, but they were just focused on Earth.
Yeah, because my wife actually, she came in like towards the end, and it was when they were going over the plan, and she was like, what is this, Thanos? I was like, yeah, it is.
Yeah, they did this before. Yeah, like that's the thing. Like this is much because it's also much more relatable. Like, oh yeah, no, they're gonna use guns to kill everyone. It's not gonna be a snap.
Right, but then they're like, this is gonna be the new world order. Like, they have to do what we say.
We are the new world order of wrestling, brother.
Yeah, but it's
that's what he said when the NWO formed.
Oh, very cool. But yeah, I mean, this is one of the stronger movies because it's not just like, oh, bad guy versus good guy. It's like deeper than that. It's like, who can I trust? It's got this whole espionage thing. It's like really good stuff.
It also furthers Captain America's story from the first Captain America movie because they talk a lot in the first movie about it's not about being a good soldier, it's about being a good man. So like you have to still follow what you believe in, and they're following that because now it's straight up he's questioning authority. Like in the first movie, he wasn't necessarily going up against authority. I mean, he did like when he disobeyed orders.
Right.
But in this, he's actively fighting the people who give him the orders.
Right.
And it's that logical step up for his character, you know, and then we continue that in Civil War when he is a straight up, you know, fugitive and on the run.
Yeah. It's good stuff. I like the whole like truth, justice, and the American way, but like the American way isn't always the right way, and Captain America is always going to do the right thing. So like that butting of heads is always good. It's always good.
Captain America is an ideal.
Right. But he's also like his own character. He's not just like, I'm a symbol for everything right. Like he's his own character as well. And that's why, again, Chris Evans and the way they write Captain America in these movies, excellent.
Yes.
Sexcellent.
Very good.
Thank you. I just came up with that.
That's, wow. Whoa.
Like, this is nothing for me, Robbie.
Dude, you're so good at words.
Thanks, man.
Corporal Spain and the crop harvesting season fighter pilot.
You're not too shabby at words yourself, Robbie.
Thanks. I trained. Hydra wipes the Winter Soldier's memory. We see some flashbacks of Zola experimenting on Bucky and Bucky falling off the train. The Winter Soldier asks Pierce who the man on the bridge was. Hey, dude, it was Cap. Come on, idiot.
Are you dumb?
Cap and the gang decide to disable the helicarriers by replacing their targeting chips. We get a flashback to the 30s or 40s after one of Cap's parents' funerals. That's when Bucky sings a little Traveling Wilburys to Cap and says, I'm with you to the end of the line.
Very good.
It's all right. Like, I don't know. This is a great song. Like, 40 years ahead of time.
This is too heavy because this is the 40s.
Sam tells Cap that Bucky is no longer the kind of guy you save. He's the kind of guy you stop. Then Cap goes to the Smithsonian and gets his Captain America suit.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
Wait, has he not had one? We saw him fighting in it earlier.
But I guess S.H.I.E.L.D. has that? I guess.
I like the idea that Captain America, to get his uniform, has to go to S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters and put it on. They don't let him take the suit home with him.
No. It goes in a locker.
Every morning he clocks in at 9 a.m. and,
Yeah.
Before he leaves for the day, he's got to wash his suit.
Yeah. Yeah. We get the Stan Lee cameo, of course.
Yes. Oh, man, I am so fired.
Cute.
But, I'm sorry, have they washed his suit? Because it's just been on a mannequin for how long?
Yeah, they probably washed it before they put it on the mannequin.
Yeah,
So, like,
but
how
how
dirty
long
is it
ago
gonna
was
get?
that?
How dirty is it gonna get?
I don't know, man. If you leave your clothes in the closet after washing them for like a year and put it on, it's like musty and shit. It's got that weird smell to it.
Yeah, that's true.
So like, I'd imagine it's probably, it's in with the masses, the gross, disgusting masses.
It's true, yeah.
People spitting all over it and probably touching it and shit.
Yeah, coming.
Because like, it's not behind a glass or anything.
No, it's not.
Like, he's able to just grab it.
Yeah.
So that's got to be disgusting. Cap, get a suit for home.
Yeah, get a home suit. Yeah.
Everyone else has one. Pierce and his team arrive at S.H.I.E.L.D. to enact their plan. We get a cameo from Daniel Putty, Abed from Community.
Yes. Yeah.
Abed from Community?
Yeah, Abed.
I forgot he was in this.
Yeah, because the Russo brothers, they directed a lot of Community episodes.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. That's actually how they got the job is because have you ever watched Community?
A few episodes. I watched like the first season.
So like the season finales, they like to do like these big paintball matches.
Okay.
And like the action in them is like genuinely good. And so Kevin Feige like sought them out and was like, "Hey, you guys want to make Marvel movies?" And they were like, "Boy, do we!" And they're like some of the best Marvel directors.
Yes. Cap makes an announcement over the loudspeaker, revealing the truth about Hydra within S.H.I.E.L.D. I really like Falcon going, "Did you write that down first?"
Yeah. Or was that just like off the top of your dome, brother? That's crazy.
And then when the dudes come in to Pierce's office with guns, and Redford goes, "I guess I've got the floor."
Yeah.
Really fun stuff.
Good stuff. He's evil.
Yeah.
And he's good. He's good. Like, normally, I don't think Robert Redford when I think villain.
No,
But, like,
I mean,
he crushes it.
he very rarely played a villain.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another thing that kind of interested him in this role, as I read it on wherever I read it, was that he was playing against type here because he was always like a hero, or like, this is very reminiscent to other political movies he's done.
Yeah.
So, like, he gets to play the bad guy, someone who's straight up evil.
Yeah, it's cool.
And that's really
I'm
cool.
into
He really does it really well. Shocker.
Yeah.
Robert Redford's good.
Yeah. That's a controversial opinion there, Robbie.
Yeah, I got a lot of them.
I also, I forgot to say it, but Johann Sebastian Stan looks yoked.
Very
That's
good,
my note.
Andy.
Is that worth anything?
Yeah, I liked it.
Worth the time?
Yeah. After Cap's plea, a member of S.H.I.E.L.D. refuses to do what Rumlow says, and we get a standoff between Hydra and S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. Rumlow initiates the launch himself. As Cap and Falcon are running, and he goes, "Hey Cap, how do we know the good guys from the bad guys? If they're shooting at you, they're bad. That's how I feel about police. How do we know good cops from bad cops? If they're shooting at me, they're bad."
Yeah.
When this council member randomly starts beating the shit out of everyone, I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And then they're doing some Mission Impossible mask stuff.
Some Mission Impossible ass shit.
Yeah,
Cool.
it really is.
Cool.
Oh, it's fun, yeah.
Yeah.
It is revealed.
I like the scene where Frank Grillo or Crossbones, whatever his name is, he's like, "Launch," and they're like, "Nah, we're not gonna do that." And he's like, "How about I fucking kill yous?"
And he's like, "No, it's Cap's orders." It's like, I don't think he's an actual captain.
Yeah, but like he's the good guy.
I know.
But like I don't know who that guy is. Great acting.
Oh yeah, it's really good. And then Agent 13's like, "Yeah, Cap's orders," and she holds the gun to Rumlow. That's a lot of fun.
Good stuff. And then he launches it himself. He's like, "I'm a computer guy too. I don't care."
It's like, all right, you should have done it in the first place.
Yeah, schmuck.
Natasha releases some classified S.H.I.E.L.D. and Hydra information, exposing the corruption. This also apparently exposes Natasha's background to the public, as stated by Pierce.
Yeah.
Steve and Sam board the helicarriers to replace the targeting chips. The Winter Soldier shows up and is just fucking dudes up before taking that plane.
Yeah. Pretty sick.
We get to see Nick Fury's messed up eye as he arrives on a helicopter and they override the system. Again, it looks so cool. And then I'm going, oh, but they played it for laughs earlier. I hate it.
Yeah, they really goofed that.
Yeah.
Previous episode, Captain Marvel.
Yeah. The fight between Winter Soldier and Falcon is really good. I like it. Yeah. I like the Winter Soldier grabbing Falcon by the wing and just kind of throwing him.
Yeah, and then he's like falling, but he's spinning because he only has one wing.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's
His
cool.
legs would be broken by that landing.
For sure, and 7 years ago, Robbie.
Because he's definitely just a person.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, no. Falcon's legs shattered. Shayubi shattered.
Yeah. Well, also, like, I mean, if we're getting into that, like, the human body, like, he's just wearing goggles, and he's flying through the air at really high speeds. Like, you're dead.
Oh, he's blind as a bat.
You cannot handle that. Your body, like, your organs will be sloshing around in you. Same with Iron Man. Like, the way he flies around, like, if you just come to an abrupt stop, your organs are going to shoot out the front of you. You're dead. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. At that speed?
Yeah. But it's fun, and it's cool.
0 stars.
Yep. It's dog shit.
We get a fight between Captain and Winter Soldier. This is really good. Natasha says the information is going viral. I don't know why. That just made me laugh. She's like, it's now going viral. It's like, okay, we're firmly in 2014.
Yeah.
Pierce kills some dudes with a thing in their suit. Steve chokes out the Winter Soldier. And then Falcon and Rumlow start a fight. I, for some reason, really hate this. Because they jaw at each other for a minute. And then, instead of them showing the full fight, they both run at each other and throw haymakers in terrible form.
Yep.
And then it just cuts. Yeah.
For like 10 minutes. And then it goes back abruptly.
It's like, for 10 minutes, I'm imagining these guys are basically just going, I'm gonna walk like this, and if I hit you, it's your own fault. Because judging by these first punches thrown, this boxing match would be just as good, if not worse, than Tyson Paul.
Yeah.
Topical humor.
Very good.
From like
Excellent.
2 months ago.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I did like that he's like, Frank Grillo's spewing some like Hydra bullshit.
Yeah.
And Falcon's just like, man, shut up. I like that.
It would have been so cool to see like 2 regular dudes just having a fight. But we just have to imagine that for 10 minutes, these dudes are beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah. Until a plane crashed into the building. Yeah, and stopped them. Yeah. But the Cap getting shot a bunch. It's again, it makes you think, how durable is this man?
He no-sells these for a while as he's like fixing up the chips and shit.
Yeah, but you see him like that, like as he's putting it in, he gets shot again, and that's the one where he's like, I might die.
Yeah,
I might fucking die right now.
He gets the chips in just in time. The targets are redirected to just the 3 helicarriers, and they're all start coming down after blowing each other up.
Take out the up, you know what I'm saying? They be blowing each other, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, helicarrier lemon party.
Hell yeah, brother.
Natasha triggers her electric shock. Fury shoots Pierce, and Pierce has a great death as he gets shot through the chest, and he goes through the window and just goes, hell, Hydra, as he dies. Really good stuff.
Yeah.
We cut back to Rumlow and Falcon fighting as a helicarrier crashes into the building. Falcon jumps out the window into the helicopter flown by Nick Fury. I did think this was funny. It's very real because he goes 41st floor, and Fury's like, I'm not taking this right now. I don't know which one was the 41st floor. Like, he's not wrong. Like, it's what he say? It's not like they put the floor numbers on the outside of the building.
Yeah. Well, like, he jumps out, and Fury is able to move the helicopter sideways so he could fly. I was like, that's ridiculous, but it's also cool as hell, bro.
Yeah, it's cool. I don't know anything about helicopters, so sure. I don't know.
Me neither. I'll just chalk it up to that's cool.
Yeah, and if someone ever said to me, "Yeah, helicopter couldn't do that," I'm not watching movies with you anymore.
Yeah. Also, like we live in a world where, you know, didn't they just fight a bunch of aliens in the last one? Like we're good. We're good, brother. We're here for a good time.
The helicarriers crash into the Potomac River. Steve falls into the river, gets rescued by Bucky.
Well, I like because he just stops fighting.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, if you're going to kill me, you know, you're going to kill me, but I'm not going to hurt my friend.
You're my friend. You're my mission.
Yeah.
And he's like, egging him on. He's like, finish your mission.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good stuff. And it stops him. He's like, fuck. I know, like, and he was even remembering him before when they wiped his mind. They were like, he's been off ice too long. And he's like, who was that guy? That guy, like, I knew that guy. And I think I liked that guy.
Yeah, it's like, that's weird that, like, the brainwashing slowly goes away. It's like,
yeah. And that's cool.
Yeah.
But, and, like, he doesn't really have a lot of lines in this movie.
No, but that's by design.
Yeah. But, and it, like, he does well with them. Like, like, you get it. He's like a guy who doesn't know am I a weapon or am I a guy? Like, what am I? I don't know what's going on here. It's good. And they build off that in the next one. It's good.
Yes.
Very good.
Sam sits with Cap in the hospital. They're listening to Trouble Man. Agent, then cut to this, like, shooting range, and Agent 13 shoots it directly in the middle every single shot.
Yeah.
The greatest shot that ever lived.
That's ever been, Robbie.
Gary Shandling gets arrested. Frank Rumlow gets fixed up by the doctors, only to be wasted in the next movie.
Yep. Gary Shandling, this is actually his last live-action appearance.
R.I.P. Gary Shandling.
Yeah, I agree. I'm egregious.
Natasha testifies before Congress. She says she'll face the consequences. Congress is pretty pissed, understandably, and that's when she's like, you're not going to put any of us in a prison.
And they're like, yeah. You just wait, brother.
Fury goes underground, continue dismantling Hydra. He shows Cap and Sam his grave. Did you notice they didn't actually show the dates of the years he was born and died?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, at least on the Disney Plus one, it's like blocked out by flowers.
Interesting.
Yeah. Natasha gives Steve some files and continues to ask him continues to tell him to ask out Sharon. Steve decides to go find Bucky. Sam's gonna go help him. We get a mid-credit scene. It's Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Do we ever meet the guy that's there in the lab with them again?
I don't know. I've only seen Age of Ultron in theaters. I haven't seen it since.
And then we get a post-credit scene of Bucky visiting the Smithsonian, and it's about Captain America, and he sees himself. Oh, that's me. Starts barking like a dog in the mirror.
Hey, you stole my face. But like I said, like we both agreed, I kind of enjoyed the first one more.
Yeah, I think so.
Which is opposite of how I used to feel. Like, don't get me wrong, this movie's still great. Yes. This is great stuff. It just didn't hit like I remembered it hitting, you know?
I am egregious.
Shall we go to Letterboxd?
Oh, Brother Bear, that's a great idea. I was already on my way.
I say we put our thoughts into a numeric value.
That's an excellent idea. I am trying to type and talk at the same time, and let me tell you something. I'm having a hard time.
Well, you're here for a hard time, not a long time, right? Am I right?
Just like sex.
Hey.
I kind of think 3.5 stars.
What did we give the other one? 4?
I don't remember.
I think it was 4.
I'm also willing to go 3.
I'd go 4 again, to be honest, even though we just said
right, yeah.
The other one more. But, like, I don't know. This is better than a 3.5, I think. This is good.
All right. I'm easy like Sunday morning. I'll go 4.
Okay. Yeah. 4 stars.
4 stars and bars for Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
4 stars and 7 years ago.
Very good, Andy.
Thank you.
Now, I have to tell you something. I have 4 trivia.
I have 3.
Oh, then I'll go first. About how many miles did Steve Rogers run in 30 minutes, according to Sam Wilson? 8, 11, 13, 15.
I believe it's 13.
It is. That is correct.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thank you. Which other Avenger was going to appear in this movie, but was ultimately cut? Was it Iron Man, Bruce Banner, Hawkeye, or Thor?
Hawkeye.
Yes. Apparently he had a whole thing. It was going to be like Hawkeye was still like loyal to S.H.I.E.L.D. and he'd be hunting down Captain America.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. They took it out, though.
According to the Smithsonian exhibit, how much did Steve Rogers weigh before the procedure? 90 pounds, 95 pounds, 100 pounds, 105 pounds.
With 95.
It is 95.
Damn.
Brilliance.
Brilliance, thy name is Andy. In his original comic book appearances, before the Ultimate Run, Falcon had what superpower? Super strength, flight, the ability to talk to birds, or pinpoint accuracy?
I don't know why I'm going with this one. Is it pinpoint accuracy?
It is not.
Is it the ability to talk to birds?
It is.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. That's very old-timey comic book stuff.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
yes.
name him, he'll fly, but he could also, he's one with the birds. Like, all right.
Oh, okay.
All right.
When Fury first calls Maria Hill from the car, how long does she say she needs to get there? 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours.
4 hours.
It is 4 hours.
Yeah, and he says, make it 3, or you got 3. Like, that's unreasonable, man.
That's not fair.
Yeah.
Skip your shower and come on.
Yeah. How many shots does Cap fire in total in this movie? Is it 6?
Did you
4?
count this? Did you count these?
Yeah.
Yourself? You counted these yourself?
Maybe.
Okay.
Perhaps. 6, 4, 3, 1, or 0?
0.
It is 0. He doesn't fire a gun at all in this movie.
Everyone else does. Everyone else is doing the shitty guns.
He's just like, I don't need a gun. I'm going to punch you as hard as a bullet will hit you.
What infantry did Pierce's father serve in? The 101st, the 103rd, the 107th, the 110th.
110th?
It is not.
107th.
It is not.
The 101st.
It is.
Yeah. Because, what was Bucky? 107th?
Yeah.
I thought it was 101st. I got all goofed up, Robbie.
Goofed up on your goofballs.
Yeah.
Andy, do you know what I did now?
I'm going to guess that you wrote a song.
Why would
about
I do that?
Captain America the Winter Soldier, because that's what we do here, Robbie.
I would never write a song. My father was killed by a song.
Oh my God, Robbie, I'm so sorry.
I have a pick to flip because I did write a song. I fooled you and the audience. Is this San Diego? You've all been gaslamped.
Wow. I'm going to go with Tails.
Tails never fails, Brother Bear.
Because currently I have a butt plug-in, and it's got a tail.
You know what? It is Tails. Just tell me about your song. I'm disgusted. I'm mortified.
My song is called
Bust.
Trust.
Oh,
Thank you,
my
Robbie.
bad.
Trust. And is about Captain America the Winter Shoulder? The Winter Shoulder. It's one cold shoulder.
He does have a pretty cool shoulder.
Yeah. He's giving him the cold shoulder.
Oh, L word.
Yeah, what? Usually with like sequels and stuff, I like to kind of have like a common theme musically at least. But it's kind of difficult because I wrote like a 40s type song for the first one, and that would not fit this at all. So I guess I stuck with the 6/8 thing. So it's in 6/8.
Cool.
But vastly different. And it's called Trust, and it goes like this. Yeah, I didn't realize how long I left that fade out going.
I liked it.
Rock and roll, brother.
Shocks and Shoals.
Yeah.
Dr.
Yeah.
Scholes.
Yeah, I mean it's about how he's like, I can't trust anybody, and like I wish things were back where it was simple. It was like, oh, those are the bad guys, but now they're everywhere. It's just like, who's the bad guy? What's going on?
I like that. I think the guitar sounds really good.
Thank you. I used a tape delay on my Canyon pedal, and I recently got
your Kenyan pedal.
Yeah, runs real fast.
Very good.
Thank you. I on Facebook Marketplace a couple of weeks ago, I got a JHS Morning Glory, which is pretty sought after, but like the guy was selling it for like $100. I was like, hell yeah, brother, hell
pretty
yeah,
cool,
hell yeah. So I shoved it in my butt,
dude.
Yeah.
And then you returned it, right?
Yep. I said, this doesn't work. He was like, this smells
good.
I sold it to Robbie, or Robbie sold it to me, rather.
Yeah. So
but yeah, that's pretty much it. I just went for like a dark, because it's got kind of a darker espionage tone. So I was like, let me do something a little darker.
I liked it.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. Robbie, your song.
My song's a fun little ditty. So last week on Captain America, I did the Star Spangled Banner. I didn't do anything like that. I don't know why I even brought it up. Why'd I say it? Who cares? So here's my song. It's really focusing on the Winter Soldier. My song is called Brainwashed. And it's about anyone who watches the mainstream media. Got him!
All the sheeple.
Got you. I got the libs. I own the libs. I own the conservatives. I own the libs and the cuns.
Is that what they call them, cuns?
No, I've never heard it before, but I just said
Me neither.
The libs and the cuns. All right, my song's called Brainwashed. It's about the Winter Soldier. It's a short, little, fun little ditty, and it goes like this.
Brainwashed by Hydra since 1942. Now I got a medal arm and I'm coming for you. Kept cryogenic to stop from getting old. I'm the Winter Soldier, so I don't mind the cold. Modern day running around Washington, D.C. You've heard the stories, but you ain't seen me. I keep my mouth shut and I don't remember much. In the end, I come through in the clutch. Don't trust anyone. Everyone is on the run. Everything you know is a lie. Don't trust anyone. We have Cap on the run, and the Senator is a spy. Constantly having my mind wiped. You can call me the prototype. Looking like a brainwashed fool. I'm just working as a tool. Dangerous with a knife and a gun. I'll never finish my mission. You recognize me as Bucky. Cap, I guess you got lucky. Don't trust anyone. Everyone is on the run. Everything you know is a lie. Don't trust anyone. We have Cap on the run, and the Senator is a spy. I am a stranger from your past. I know you don't wanna fight. You can recognize me as your friend. I'm with you to the end of the line. I am a stranger from your past. I know you don't wanna fight. You can recognize me as your friend. I'm with you to the end of the line.
That was my song called Brainwashed.
I like the crunch, brother.
Thanks.
Yo, crunchitize me, Robbie.
Oh, I am Captain. Crunchitize me, Captain America. And then he just
There you
literally
go.
crunches my bones into a dust.
He's like, you mean like this? You're dead.
Oh, my
Fucking dead,
lordy,
bro.
lordy.
Yeah, I like especially like behind the little breakdown thing you had going, the jig. I was like, hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
That's honestly like that's how I test any overdrive or distortion. Is like, does it chug?
Yeah,
Like,
I get that.
Is it crunchy enough to be like jug? Because like it can be crunchy, but it's not like tight enough to be like that chug. It'll be like
Right.
you know, like a fuzz or whatever. But like sometimes you just need that chug, you know?
Yes, that I fully agree with.
Yeah, rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a fun little ditty. What I did.
Yeah. I didn't hear any mention of Jack and Diane.
Little kids pissing in a pan.
Robbie, I hate to inform you, but you are incorrect
What are you talking about?
on those lyrics.
No, this
I
ditty
can't correct
about
you.
Jack and Diane, two little kids who are pissing in a pan.
That can't be right. It just can't be.
Jack is gonna
Although-
drink all of Diane's piss.
He does say sucking on a chili dog in that one song.
Yeah, see, that's the same song. That's the same song.
Oh, it's the same song.
Yeah. Sucking
Right.
on chili dogs, son of fans to taste the breeze. Yeah, Diane sat on Jack's lap, and he came between his knees.
That can't be right either. Right?
Yeah, those are the words.
It simply cannot be true.
Oh
I
yeah,
refuse.
life goes on, and everyone else died in Vietnam.
That tracks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Andy.
Well, all right. Let's say the same thing. 3, 2, 1.
What are we doing next week?
Buttress.
Oh,
Damn, I thought we were on the same page.
oh man, little off there.
I believe that next week we have. Do you know?
I do. I am Welsh corgi aware.
Very good. Very, very good.
Yeah.
Are we? I forget what we're doing. Are we doing? Our hot and fresh, or is that like a bonus situation?
Oh, we'll be doing a hot and fresh boner sode
Oh hell yeah,
We'll
brother!
be
Stay tuned for a
rock
hot
hard.
and fresh.
on Captain America: A Brave New World.
Yeah, hell yeah,
A
and like
brave new world.
don't you dare close your thighs.
Oh, geez, Andes.
We will eventually cover Civil War, but that's
Yeah.
I always kind of saw that as more of an Avengers movie.
It's Avengers 2.5.
Yeah, it's got everybody in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll cover that eventually. But we got a bonus episode, Brave New World. Robbie, what do we got going on next week though?
We're getting ready for the day the Earth blew up, and we're doing Space Jam. It's your chance. Do your dance at the Space Jam.
Like the day the Earth blew up. What's that?
That's the Looney Tunes movie, Brother Bear.
Oh shit!
And it
That's
looks
what's,
fire.
Yeah, that's Daffy and Porky, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Yeah,
brother.
I am here for that too.
Yeah,
That looks awesome.
it does. And Space Jam is not as
Listen.
good.
It didn't age well.
Listen, Space Jam's not as good as a movie I haven't seen. So that's what I just said. But yeah, stay tuned for that. Robbie, the socials, if you don't mind.
You go to the Instagram. You go to the YouTube. You go to YouTube. You go to TikTok if you can. You type in the Royds Band.
Stangley-Dorf.
Very good. You go to
Yeah, I did.
Stangley-Dorf. There will be.
I did your thing.
I like it. I like it a lot. And you type in, you'll see our faces. You can contact us there, request a movie, give us some feedback, whatever you want to do. Send us an email at roydsreview@gmail.com. If you are listening to the podcast on YouTube, you can leave a comment. But wherever you're listening, leave a 5-star rating and review. It'll really help me and you. And by you, I mean Andy.
Yeah, that's true.
And Andy, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you tell them where they can find our music?
You know I can, baby boy. You go to Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get your music. Deezer, perhaps.
Sparktron.
Sparktron. And you type in the Royds, and you will find a lot of songs, man, a lot. We got up as of right now 9 collections.
Them songs, songs.
Yeah, of songs from the podcast, old and mostly old, but we will, we update it. But then you got our regular studio recordings as well from the before time and a Christmas
Look out for
song.
more of those.
Yeah, 2025 is the year of the roids. And
I really need to go to my doctor.
Yeah. But if you want everything, you go to TheRoyds.bandcamp.com and you will find literally everything. Every song, even the ones you just heard, plus bonus songs, plus guest songs, and it's all there. So check that out. Also, the YouTube has every song as well. So check that out
Everything in the world.
As Robanzo Beans mentioned earlier. Now, what I would like for you to do is to join us next week.
Oh, okay.
Pretty good,
I thought
right?
this was going to be a real call to action. I was really ready for it.
Oh, it is in a way, I want you to join us next week. Later this week, we got, Brave New World, Captain America. That's cool. And then, next week we got, as we mentioned,
We're
Space
jamming on
Jam.
Space.
Please join us.
A peanut butter and Space Jam sandwich.
Yo, color me there, brother. I love me a PB and SJ.
PB and SJW. Woke.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, everybody.
We'll see you, lady.